from the rear position, number one, I don't cross my feet because my ankles can be attacked. So don't do that. I hold his lapel this way so I can pull his arms back and pull his neck forward, which is uncomfortable. And as he starts working, he'll give me something. So I start here with my arms. I'm squeezing with my thighs in to hold him, pushing with my heels this way. Does that make sense? I'm not looking at the back of his head because if he throws his head back, I get headbutted. Schwack. So I'm ear to ear with him. Does that make sense? I don't do this because he sees it coming. Then he uses both hands to fend it off. Does that make sense? All those are no-nos. Don't do that. Instead, here, I dig this under his chin. Sure, he can feel it. He knows when I let go here that something's going on, but I could push the head to the side and go for an arm lock, or I can dig. In this case, when I go to dig, I get about here, he starts grabbing my hand to stop me. He doesn't want me to do that. So then I grab onto something and I start shucking hands, right? Then I can start tightening up on a lapel if I need to. If he doesn't have a lapel, I dig, he grabs my hands, and then I start pushing. Then I dig, I push, right? And then I get this close. See, I'm holding onto his shoulder. I start digging, and then I lock this in, and I've got a good position. Now, even though he's holding on, I can still choke him by using what? My arm strength or my back?
Back.
Right, so I got this locked in, so it's hard for him to unlock it, and then I just lean back, and I'll get a good choke. Now remember that if I got him here, this is an air choke, and he'll cough. If I get him all the way here, this is a blood choke. He won't necessarily cough, but it'll still put him out. Can also hold on to my lapel here while I shuck these off to get a better grip. Make sense? Sure. So if I don't have this, let's say I've got this in place, and he's holding on to it, right? If I don't have a way to lock this hand, he can hold on and he can stop me from pulling back. Even if I get this good lock, he can hold. I'll get tired, he'll get tired, something will happen. So what I really want to do is, I want to get this locked in, and then I want to get this locked in. Then behind my head, notice I pull my head towards. See how tight I am? Now, this becomes easy. Does that make sense? Thanks, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Everybody get their partner. Let's make rear naked choke properly. Dig, lock, use your back, and it looks like this. I'm forward on him. I get the lock. I straighten my back, and I lean this way, and I pull with my legs until I stretch them out. Does this make sense?
Yes, sir.
Not choking with just the arms. I'm choking with the whole body. The legs do something. The body, especially the upper back, pulls my shoulders this way. Then the shoulders and the biceps still work. Get a partner. Go. A lot of people miss this choke because they don't know how to dig. Right? I saw a couple of y'all make this mistake. You went just like this. Right? He sees it coming. He's going to start defending. When he does that, I pull back. I get under right here by his ear. Look where his ear is. Y'all come over here so you can see. See, I get right under his ear and I start digging. Now he's going to grab my hand and try to stop me. No problem. I'm just going to hold right here and I'm going to start clearing. Okay? He's still holding on with that other hand. If I can, I'm going to try to clear that off. Just get an inch. Now I'm going to hold his shoulder. I'm going to clear that again. I'm going to try to get another inch. Maybe I can grab my lapel now. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Now he's going to hold on with both hands to my wrist, my forearm, whatever he can. And he's going to try not to let me choke him. Make sense? I could continue to clear, right, if I want. But at this point, I can now grab my own bicep. Ear to ear, I'm close. I make this, right? Now he's holding on hard with both hands. He doesn't want me to choke me. He doesn't want me to choke him, rather. I can't just use my hands because he's strong enough. You all right, Joel? Yep. So I lean back. Now, I'm going to give him some space. Now watch, when I lean back, you can still resist. Pull hard, Joel. And then when I get here, it gets hard. It gets difficult for him to stop me, okay? Make sense?
Yes, sir.
So if you're not digging, and pushing, pull his head up if you have to, you're not going to get the arm set. Make sense?
Sir. Sir.
So what should we do?
Make sure to dig.
We want to dig. All right, let's move on. And I'm holding this one on purpose. I'm going to feed my hand into it. I start to dig and he stops me. No problem. I'm just going to try, if I can grab it, I can. But let's say he's got me by the hand. He's got my hand. No problem. I've got him. He's got me. I'm going to take this hand and I'm going to grab this lapel. He's going to stop me. Switch hands. Now, because I've got that part of his uniform, he can't easily stop me. I'm going to grab this and pull it down hard. Then I'm going to cut this around to make the next choke. But you got to have this one tight. This cuts around like a knife. This one pulls straight down. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
You can also do it if I'm got this one underneath here. I can also do it from underneath his arm. Okay? So I'm going to pull hard here. Then I'm going to snake this around until he taps, okay? And that's the sliding lapel choke.
Sure.
Give it a try. Relative to our position relative to Joel matters. I moved sideways. If you guys are right in this area, you'll be able to see better. So I'm here. You guys see where I am on Joel, kind of shoulder to shoulder? Yeah. Once I dig and I get this locked, right? If I move myself away to here, right? I'm slightly back, and I don't really have him yet. I can roll him out, put my knee behind his head, and use my knee. And it makes a harder choke. Does that make sense? So I get one knee out, and I pull him here. Give that one a try. It's the same choke. I've just went from close, right? I get him set up. I kick back, I make some space. I pull him down. Then I pull my knee into his back or into behind his neck. Okay? And then I can pull from here with my back. Give it a shot. Set him up properly. I could probably do an arm bar as well, right? So I could go, instead of holding here, I could hold here, which gives me to that arm, and I can get into this position. But now look, I fed that, and I can choke him here. Does that make sense? So we can use the leg assist, right? I hold here, okay? Like I'm gonna do sliding lapel. Also like I'm gonna do arm bar. This one stays here. He's not worried about it. He feels me going for the arm bar. He might even make arm bar defense. That's fine. This is tight enough. I pull here. I can double hand it if I need to, and I pull. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So I'm now using this leg to assist. If he starts defending with that hand on his lapel, he wants to pull his lapel free, no problem, I got the arm bar. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Try to get to the arm bar position without losing that grip. Then when you get like you're going to go for the arm bar, this other hand grabs and assists, pulls on the one side only. You pin his shoulder so he can't roll, make the choke. If I'm in the right position, I'm ultimately going to have both hands on this lapel this way, pulling here. I'm pulling his lapel across his neck, okay? So I start here. I'm going to grab this. This is going to be my feeding hand. It's not my choking hand, my feeding hand. I move to the side here, like I'm making an arm bar, right? Now I double hand this. You guys see how I've got two hands on it? Now, instead of me pulling hard here, I just use my legs and I push his neck into it. Does that make sense? Sorry, Joel.
Thank you, sir.
Love it, bud. So I'm going to show you, if we've moved too far, kind of what that looks like. I grab here, I secure. Again, I'm thinking this for the arm bar. For those who don't know this particular move, it would be this to the arm bar. That's the primary move. And I'm going to trick him into a lapel choke. Okay? I'm going to hold this one. I'm going to hold it. He probably isn't going to like it. He might even be fighting this hand. Doesn't even matter. I'm just going to hold it. I'm going to move the head here. Right? When I get to here, notice I'm not here because now I'm pulling against his shoulder, under his armpit. He'll feel this in his armpit, not in the neck. See how I'm too far? You see how he's bound up here? You see how tight it is under his armpit? I don't want to be there. I want to be here so that I can pull into his neck this way, not that way, this way. So I get this here, and I push his shoulder, and I push his neck, and I choke him here. Does that make sense? You like that, Ethan?
Yes, sir.
So it's here. Okay? If I get too far, and I'm pulling his armpit, see how you can see his uniform, I'm not doing anything to his neck. I'm pulling into his armpit, I just have to switch to this to make the arm bar, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because you've moved too far to the side, You need to be higher on the body, pulling this into the neck, not pulling it across the chest. The uniform stops here, it's binding now. Pull here. That direction, not this direction. Try to do this. That and riding his motorcycle, it's the two favorite things. Yeah. All right, so I'm here. He starts sneaking out to make low escape. I let him. I hold him here because I still got him, right? I reach down and I feed this to here. Reach over the top, and now I choke him with the belt this way. Now, here's the thing. He's got to be low. My belt's only but so long. If you got a short, stubby belt, it's way harder. You need to be kind of here. Again, you got to get enough fed in, right? And I don't want him to see it. Hey, look, he'll grab it. If he grabs the belt, then I got to go back and do something different. So what I want to do is I want to sneak it in there, right? He thinks it's like rear naked choke. Once I get here, I lean back, and it's very easy to belt choke someone. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, so what's the key piece? We start regular, control the arms, right? If I let this go, he'll escape me. He starts grabbing for my feet, and he starts sneaking low, right? I grab the first piece of my belt, right? And then I act like I'm digging for rear naked choke. He grabs my wrist, doesn't matter. It's the left hand that's doing the work. And I garrote him here, and I lean back. I can push against the head if I need to. I've got him. Make sense? And this is an easy, easy choke. Even if he puts both hands on the belt, like protect your neck, get inside the choking mechanism. This is very hard for him to stop, right? It's very hard. I can really crank this. It'll hurt his fingers a little bit, but his fingers will ultimately run into his neck, and he'll still strangle. All right, if your belt is way short, mine's a little long. This was actually my instructor's belt. Matt Avon's a big dude, I'm a little dude. So I've got a few extra inches on the belt. So I use my belt a lot for these choking mechanisms. I want my belt close to his shoulders, not down low. That's why when he sneaks away, it changes. His neck is now low. I feed this right across. His neck should fit in that nicely. If it's short and stubby, you're just gonna have to make a really good grip here and try to make the choke. Okay?
Sure.
Give it a try.
Good job, Jerry.
All right. If you're going to do this next choke, plan it early. Right? So while we're fighting and I'm getting ready to get in position here, I'm going to grab one of my lapels and just pull it out. And now I'm holding her in my defensive position. Right? I set this hand. She kind of forgets about it. Maybe she's got both hands on my wrist. She's going to pull that off. I take my lapel. She doesn't see it. I feed it under here. Oh, I'm pulling all of her hair out too. I feed it under here. Then I let go and I grab here. See, I've got my lapel here. Pretty good that she's got a blue uniform. I've got black, you can see. Right? Now I'm holding this. This is not a good grip for me. I got to go behind this shoulder. Now I've got it. Now she puts both hands, she realizes she's in trouble. She puts both hands on that, right? I can use my forearm. Oh, she's got hair everywhere.
I'm sorry.
All right, so I've got this. I didn't want to pull your hair. Here, I can choke her this way. I can lean back this way, or I can hold, grab this arm, and I can make the leg-assisted one again. Good job there.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So again, when you start, you're all tucked in. Pull one out, reel them in. Hold the lapel, right? You got them? Feed this in. Come back over the top, switch and hold. Right? Get the elbow over the shoulder. They're in that little space. Right? I put my hand here. Kick over. Now both hands I pull this way. Give it a try.
Sure.
Ethan. Yeah. There's lots of options that we could also do, by the way. This isn't the one I wanted to show you, but if you get to this position, right, where I've fed in here, I can always lift this arm. If I can lift the arm, I can make single wing choke, right, which also sets me up for an arm bar, which is pretty cool. But the bottom line is I do want to get this arm, right, and I'd like to get a nice choke, okay? So what I'm going to do is he starts scooching away from me, looking for a low escape. Now he's given me a good position for getting maybe the arm bar. Well, he's holding on to that arm because he doesn't want me to arm bar. And I move to here. Okay? Now, I could choke him here, but I'm going to grab this foot and I'm going to hold on here. All right?
Yeah.
All right? So I'm going to grab this and get this elbow in this place right here, right? I'm going to kick that arm off a little bit. And now I've set this foot. I've dug. I want my leg over this side. And now I've got triangle choke. Okay? Can you breathe?
Yep.
All right, now all I got to do is sit up, scooch my butt back, and I get the choke. Whew. Pretty cool? All right, thanks, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Joel?
Sir.
Boom. Right? Push away. I want that arm. Maybe he's fighting this choke. I kick that down and I have this here. I change from my hand grip on the uniform to this. Get the knee bent close to his head. Roll, expose, grab. Now, let's say for example that I'm still not choking him very well. Can you breathe, Mr. Fountain?
Yes, sir.
I have an arm bar right here. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
But I really want to choke him. So what I need to do is I need to move out. You see how I moved my butt out? Now I can squeeze him and I can make the choke. If my butt is too high, I'll be crushing his chest and he's super strong. All right, buddy?
Sir.
Make sense?
Yes, sir.
This is the last one. Get with your partner. Have some fun.
Sure.
Good work, sir.